You dudes keep giving me content, man. I swear y'all keep giving me content. Um, Welcome to another edition of the Conscious Approach Podcast. My name is JV Wins. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. I thought that I would talk about PJ Washington and Brittany Renner because I think it serves as yet another cautionary tale in why the state of the current sexual marketplace and dating game as a whole is in such a state of chaos, and it's so in flux. For anyone who doesn't know who these individuals are, PJ Washington is an NBA player. He played at the University of Kentucky. He is now a swingman for the Charlotte Hornets. And he entered into a relationship with if you are in this world, renowned Instagram model slash socialite, however you want to describe her. She's written books. Her name is Brittany Renner. He got with her. He got her pregnant. They had a kid together. Now, apparently, the relationship has disintegrated. They are no longer together. They have unfollowed each other from their respective social media profiles. And I think unless this is a giant publicity stunt slash hoax, or unless they, reconcile at this point, this is going to probably turn into an ongoing dysfunctional situation for everybody involved, because there is a child involved that, is kind of complicating the situation. That's the brief, abbreviated version of what has happened. I made a video about this same sort of situation involving Iggy Azalea when she came out with this TikTok video where she put a lot of, her DMs on blast, exposing the nature of the lengths that men will go to get her attention. These are men with money and resources, and they're willing to go so far as to pay her $15,000 just to have a conversation with her. And this is not an exaggeration. We have men out here who are willing to do this, and it's causing some serious problems, in my opinion. The point that I tried to make in that video was that the relationship game is in such a state of flux because of men's behavior. Yet most men spend a lion's share of their time criticizing women for the way that they go about conducting themselves when it comes to dating and the sexual marketplace and how they treat men, so on and so forth. And I largely find that to be an engagement in your own insanity as a man, as men at large, because you're the reason. Your behavior is the reason why a lot of women are behaving this way. So to blame the women doesn't really make much sense, because if you want a lot of this stuff to stop, all men have to do is change their behavior. I've said this many, many times. Yet, unfortunately, as I go about in the world and I see what's going on and I see stories like this, it appears as though not only is this dynamic not slowing down, but it's only getting worse. Quite frankly, it's accelerating. So, that's what it is. But this is another story. So perhaps this gives us an opportunity to, have a bit of a learning session. So to do that, I would like to institute the first of what I call conscious approach analogy time. Sometimes you have to make use of literary devices in order to make a point that otherwise flies over people's heads, because when you try to give it to them straight, they just don't seem to get the message. So maybe what I need to do is start instituting the use of analogies. So this is an experiment with respect to this video series. Hopefully it resonates with some people. For those to whom it doesn't resonate with, good luck. Good luck. And this is mostly a message for men, but it involves everybody as well, because we need to do a better job of maintaining some common sense around here. Otherwise, we're going to become extinct as the human race, because men are going to cease to be able to be given the opportunity to reproduce. It's getting scary. It's getting very, very scary. There's a vast majority of men in the general population who are single, who are involuntarily celibate. And men are causing this problem, not women. Again, this is my opinion, but let me try to make use of an analogy to try and drive this point home. So don't make the mistake of thinking that I'm equating these people or people in general to animals. I'm just trying to use an analogy to make the point that I'm trying to make. Now, here it goes. Imagine throughout the history of dog ownership, going all the way back hundreds of thousands of years or however long dogs have been domesticated as pets to people. For as long as dogs have been subservient to people, have been man's best friend. Let's go all the way back to the history of dog ownership. And let's imagine a parallel universe in which it was universally understood that when it comes to dog ownership, you feed German Shepherds, 100% purebred German Shepherds, you feed them filet mignon steak, feed them a premium beef, feed them premium food because it's a premium dog. So premium dogs, you feed them premium food, you give them filet mignon steak because that is what a 100% purebred German Shepherd warrants being fed. This is universally understood. Now, as time progresses and things evolve, and more people start to own pets, more and more people start to own dogs, the reins on these rules start to loosen a little bit. And so not only do 100% purebred German Shepherds start getting fed filet mignon steak by their dog owners, but now you have Dalmatians, Belgian Malamutes, Great Danes, Bull Mastiffs. A lot of these dogs start getting fed filet mignon steak. These are still premium dogs in terms of breed, so it's understandable. Okay, we'll loosen the reins. We'll let some of these dogs get fed filet mignon steak, but the underlings, the lower breed dogs, the dogs who don't serve any utility value, dogs that are just there but don't actually perform a job, that aren't worth as much, quite frankly, we're still going to continue to feed them kibbles and bits and pedigree and all of that other good stuff, right? So it's becoming understood. Reins are loosening a little bit, but everybody still has an understanding of what's going on here when it comes to these dogs. Now, more and more time progresses, and more and more people have dogs. And now we're living in a more modern society in which not only do 100% purebred German Shepherds get fed filet mignon steak, now Dalmatians get it, Bull Mastiffs get it, Belgian Malamutes get it, Australian Shepherds get it, which is all fine and good. But now we're starting to see Chihuahuas get fed purebred, Chihuahuas get fed filet mignon steak, Rottweilers are getting fed filet mignon steak. Mutts, mixed breed dogs are starting to get fed filet mignon steak. Boxers are starting to get fed filet mignon steak. And we're looking around and we're saying, well, damn, if there's no distinction between the value of one breed over the next, and we're feeding every dog filet mignon steak, then what do we feed the dogs who have no value? Inherently, therefore, every dog must have a ton of value. Now things are starting to get a little confusing. So let's fast forward to modern society. And now we're in modern society, fully entrusted into modern society. And we have heartworm, tick-infested dogs who are living at the dog pound, being adopted by pet owners and being fed filet mignon steak. And there is complete and utter anarchy when it comes to what do you feed a dog that is of lesser value in terms of their breed. If every dog is supposed to be fed filet mignon steak, what dog doesn't get filet mignon steak? What dog gets regular dog food? This is the situation that we have going on out here. Now we live in a society where there are no rules when it comes to dog ownership. And every dog breed is expecting to be fed filet mignon steak, because it is generally understood that if I am a dog, just by the sake of my existence alone, I deserve to be fed filet mignon steak. So don't you put that pedigree in front of me. Don't put that kibbles and bits in front of me. If it's not filet mignon, I don't care if I am a mixed mutt dog that is tick and heartworm infested, disease riddled, mangled coat. It doesn't matter. Feed me filet mignon steak because that is what I deserve just because I exist as a dog. This is what has happened to the dating marketplace, to the sexual marketplace. In the instance that PJ Washington elected to get with Brittany Renner, he was willing to pay above market price for a below market breed of dog. And I'm not comparing Brittany Renner to dog. I'm not going to engage in that level of disrespect. I'm just trying to make the connection with respect to my analogy. I, of course, would never compare any human being to a dog. I'm not comparing Brittany Renner to a dog. But in that instance, PJ Washington went to the animal shelter and he adopted a dog that had heartworm disease, ticks, and all kinds of other stuff going on, a mangled coat. He brought the dog home. He didn't take the dog to the vet. He didn't make sure that the dog got its shots. And he proceeded to feed the dog filet mignon steak. Okay, this was a woman who wrote an entire novel in which she detailed in intimate detail the rappers and athletes who she has slept with. I don't think that those are qualities inherent in the type of individual that you as a man with money and resources should ignore when it comes to choosing somebody to not only be with within the context of a relationship, but to procreate with. That is such horrible judgment on PJ Washington's part. And now here we stand. Because if a woman of high value looks at a woman of lower value and says, well, she's getting filet mignon steak, what do you think I should get? Of course, I'm going to reserve myself for only the top 5 to 10% of men, because if old girl over there who is out of shape, who is not childless, who is masculine, and who otherwise has intangibles that are completely undesirable in terms of things that men look for in women, if that woman can get the attention of a man with higher value juxtaposed to hers, then I am only relegating myself to the top 1 to 10%. And I don't even have to think twice about my decision to do that, because I certainly deserve better than what this over here can get. We as men are losing this battle. And I hate to equate it to fighting a battle, but it is, because there is a reproductive problem going on in society right now. Like I said at the opening of this video, there is a very large segment of men who are involuntarily celibate, men who are interested in and want to date women who are attractive and who exhibit the qualities that they seek, but simply aren't being given the attention to do so because of the overinflated nature of the way that we place a particular valuation on all women. This is something that I noticed when I was in college. Back in the 2000s, I saw this going on. I saw women who were single mothers, who were overweight and out of shape, who exhibited masculine characteristics, who were not in any way submissive or cooperative, getting the attention of men who, at least from the outside looking in, had qualities that warranted them being able to get the attention of women who exhibit a higher level of value than the women that they were going after. So you have a lot of women who are of low market value, quite frankly, being treated as though they are of high market value. They are disease-riddled, heartworm infested, ticks all over the place, coat mangled dogs at the animal shelter, being adopted and being fed filet mignon steak when they should be fed kibbles and bits, when they should be fed Purina puppy chow. That is what most of these women out here should be getting fed. Purina puppy chow. But they're not. They're being fed filet mignon. So what we have is anarchy running amok. And, this situation between PJ Washington and Brittany Renner is a microcosm of that anarchy. So I keep trying to tell you dudes, man, we do a whole lot of complaining about the nature of women. But to do this complaining, to engage in this behavior in which we're doing all of this complaining, it kind of exposes to me your lack of self-awareness, or at least awareness to or at least a general lack of awareness with respect to the problem at large, because this is a problem that men created. There are not enough men who are patient, confident, and who have enough self-esteem to maintain preferences and standards and refuse to pay above market prices for below market value when it comes to dating, when it comes to relationships. And this dynamic has created a huge problem. There's a gulf because men who do maintain these standards aren't seeing enough of a return on that investment with the women who they seek, because on the other end, the women are looking at the quality of the man that women who are less than them can attract, and they are determining what their relative value is based on that observation. So they're going way up here when in a normal universe, they could probably operate somewhere around this middle level. So y'all dudes need to stop complaining, man. And PJ Washington, man, I hope you learned your lesson. If this continues to be the case and it's true, I hope that you can get yourself right during the off season and come back and average 20 and 10, bro. Because you're going to need to get yourself a nice mid-level max contract. I hope that you are prepared to be mired in 18 years of dysfunctionality and child support hell. And like I said, I hope you get those numbers up, bro. I hope you can earn yourself a nice mid-level max. 5 years, $90 million. I hope you get that Norman Powell money, because you're going to need that Norman Powell money. You're going to need it bad. And listen, man, this is no disrespect to Brittany Renner. I've, from a distance kind of seen some of her moves from afar for a while. She used to strike me as somebody who was a little different. She seemed like somebody who had some sense about her. I believe she still does, but at the end of the day, women will be women. And that's not an insult. It's not a criticism, but we are who we are. And, no woman is going to thumb her nose up at the opportunity to be, sold at a price that is above market value, even when they know themselves to be below market value. And like, why you make the decision to get with a woman who has written a book detailing the litany of high-profile men whom she has had sex with is beyond me. I don't understand that decision-making process, but there's too many of us out here as men, especially black men, who are so weak in the knees when it comes to these women, especially these women who leverage themselves for social notoriety and for financial gain on social media and all of these other various other platforms. They're able to gain social prestige and earn a great living just based solely off the sake of their existence. We covet these women to the degree that we are so readily willing to pay above market price for below market value. And, it's insanity. It's insanity. It's insanity. So, I'll keep making videos like this, man, but I don't know how much the message is resonating because, we're being the men who get it are being far outnumbered by the men who don't. The men who don't. And I keep trying to say that this dynamic has a trickle-down effect throughout the rest of the population. Just because it is happening within the recesses of the highest places in society with respect to affluence, money, and resources, please believe women who are below market value in regular society are getting the attention of men who can probably stand to seek a woman who is of higher value than them. But we just, largely as men, as a race, we're not doing a very good job of holding ourselves to a different standard, to a better standard, to a higher standard. And until we do, none of this is going to change, man. None of this is going to offset itself. So, just thing that I like to say, man, is like, you guys out here, man, we as men, we need to do a better job. Like, a woman might be physically attractive. Maybe, I don't know. I'm seeing a lot of crazy stuff going on out here. But, if you're a guy and your preferences are for a woman who is attractive physically, she's in shape, she's childless, she's feminine, cooperative, submissive, all of that good stuff. All of the qualities that most men intrinsically desire when it comes to dating and when it comes to being with a woman. Stop compromising that just to get with a female because maybe she's cute in the face. Like, don't get with overweight, out of shape single mothers just to get your rocks off, bro. stop doing it if you maintain these standards. Now, if you're a dude that doesn't care about that stuff, then do what you do, man. This message ain't for you, clearly. But we have a lot of guys out here who are just trying to understand what's going on. And they're looking at women and they're saying women have just completely lost their minds. Like, not necessarily. All women are doing is adapting to opportunities that they see being given to them by men who don't know what the hell they're doing out here. So, good luck to PJ Washington, brother. I hope you can get that mid-level max contract because you're going to need it. You're going to need it. We know how the court system works. So, your child support payments are going to be scaled according to what that number is, but you still want that number to be as high as possible, bro. So good luck with that, man. Hopefully that analogy resonated with somebody. Men, stop going to the animal shelter and adopting these dogs that have mangled coats, that are riddled with heartworm disease, ticks and fleas, and taking them home and feeding them filet mignon steak, man. Stop doing it. Now, if you want to adopt that dog, by all means, go and adopt the dog. But feed it Purina Puppy Chow. Give it some kibbles and bits. Give it some pedigree. Let's bring some sense back into this whole situation, because right now we're in the multiverse of madness. And, guys who understand it are going crazy. And the rest of y'all are so plugged into the matrix, I don't even know if it's any hope for y'all. But that'll do it for the commentary in this video. If you like the commentary in this video, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I greatly appreciate it. Check out the website, consciousapproach.com. That is where the entire content library is housed. You can follow me on Instagram at JVWins, JVWINS. If you're watching this video on Facebook, hit the like button. Please share the video. And please, if you're watching this video on Facebook, also head over to the YouTube channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. I'd surely appreciate it. Comment as well where you're seeing the video. Let me know where I'm going wrong. Let me know where I'm going right. Tell me I'm crazy. Tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. It's all good. Definitely keep a lookout for all things on the horizon. Please continue to support logical content. Oh, and this shirt right here that I'm wearing, there's a new line started by my brother, who's also my cousin, CW the Genius. Check out IAmWhoIAM.com. Check out the page on Instagram, shop_IAmWhoIAm, as well as the Facebook page, IAmWhoIAm. Fledgling clothing line, a lot of good representation for everybody, not just black folks or whatever. It's more about personal expression, and he's trying to tap into that with some good, visual cues and putting it on some clothing and starting with t-shirts. So be sure to check that out. I'll leave links to all of that stuff in the description of this video so that you can look at it for yourself, but definitely check it out. Shop_IAmWhoIAm Instagram. Shop IAmWhoIAM.com. IAmWhoIAm on Facebook. A lot of good stuff going on. So that's what this shirt is all about. So shouts out to you, CW the Genius. You are indeed that, brother. Keep doing your thing, man. You got a lot of good stuff going on. And until next time, man, fellas, we got to do better. I'll keep making these videos. Hopefully we'll see a lot of this stuff offset. But right now, I don't know. I don't see an end in sight, but a man can only hope, right? So until next time, keep it logical, support logical content, and I'll see you later. Peace.